Your Miami Hurricanes picked up a huge overtime win, 29-26 over the Virginia Cavaliers.
It's the recap show. It's the recap show.
Hell yeah.
Wow. It's the recap show.
For those of you that are just tuning in, it will just be myself and Scoop today. Ro and his son have a 9 a.m. first pitch, and that's when we just hit record. So he's baseball dad today. So it's just myself and Scoop. Jenners, let's play the highlight.
Handoff, Fletcher, right side, looking for a block from Cohen. Breaks one tackle. He's at the 5, the 4,
Get in!
the 3.
Get in!
Touchdown! 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 Miami wins! Mark Fletcher scores at the right pylon. They're going to review it. Fletcher powered his way in.
After further review, the ruling on the field is confirmed. Touchdown.
Touchdown! Miami wins in overtime. Hurricanes win in overtime in the West End zone. Mark Fletcher delivers the punch of the night. And Miami wins back-to-back weeks in overtime.
Did Miami win in overtime?
Mm-hmm.
They did. Okay. So was DBJ like eating barbecue at the beginning of that play with the like would they have a mouthful of food?
Like he took the handoff when he started.
Yeah.
I'm like, what I don't know. Maybe DBJ had seen that before.
Maybe he had.
It's kind of weird. It's like,
I don't know.
He knew what was happening.
So let's talk about that play, Scoop. It was good having Mark back, number 22. And man, that was just, he was like, I'm going to score and you can do what you want, but you're not going to stop me. Did not step out of bounds. Just what a beautiful run that was. And how about Javion Cohen's block?
Cohen, dude.
I mean, bro.
First of all, he kept him in bounds and then he like swiped at him like, go, Mark, go.
Yes.
And then he realized that he needed to help. Right. And then he just pushed him in. That was fun. That was fun. Parts of the game, not so fun. That was fun.
No,
right? Mark Fletcher looked fantastic.
I'll be honest, man.
Great to have him back.
I think we excel at overtime because there's no clock.
Well, that's a decent way to look at that.
There's no clock.
There is
on the board.
no game management.
There's no game clock. You're already in field goal range.
And
you can just run. Yeah.
Maybe that's the philosophy. Maybe Mario knows. Like, you know, I don't want to have to manage this. And you know what? I think you just spun it in a way that I can completely get behind it.
I don't think we have a choice.
No, but I'm just going to go with this. Because again, we had some time, right?
27 seconds, I think.
Yeah, sure. But before that, when they had the ball and it was 3rd and 1 and you had all 3 timeouts, you had a chance to stop the clock at 3rd down. Hope you can stop them and stop it again with the second timeout on 4th down. You would have a minute 30 if you want to be negative about it, pessimistic. You'd have a minute 30 with a timeout left. Wants nothing to do with it. So that's it. He's like, fuck this. I don't want to manage any of this stuff. Let's just go to overtime. I know what I get there.
Andy Borregales, 47, 48, and 50.
And listen, none of them were even in question.
No, all down the middle. And all of them would have been good from about 60.
Yeah.
He's the best kicker in the nation. We've said it. Scoop has said it numerous times. Man, it is really nice when you have him and you can lean on him. And when we did yesterday, like he's the MVP of that game. Right?
Yeah. I mean, give
him the game ball.
I gave him a game ball. I kind of jumped the gun on that because I should have done it in the show today. But it was so good that I had to do it.
Sure.
Right. I mean, that is something that very few teams in the country have the.
We have an NFL kicker
of having.
It's an NFL kicker. Like you have total confidence that he's gonna. It's awesome.
I did see a stat that was. In the last however many years, like really long time, two kickers that have made plus 40-yard kicks, 3 of them in a game, he and his brother.
Now, did his brother do it for Miami or FIU?
No, I thought it was with Miami.
Was it with Miami?
I may be mistaken, but that's what I thought it was. I thought it was the CANES
gotcha. Okay.
version. So, yeah, I mean, that's fantastic. Look, are there stuff we're not allowed to? We're not supposed to critique anything on this show, but there was stuff obviously that's got to get cleaned up.
Sure.
We have to be really excited that number one. Here's what I'm excited about. I'm excited about we lose these games always. We always lose these games, and that's the progress I believe that you're seeing as a program. You lose these games. I told you the story of me standing next to a particular individual in the Georgia Tech game, and I said 100 out of 100 times we lose this game. And we lost that game. We lost that game. And we lost that game. But we didn't lose that game. I mean, realistically, that's not a loss.
I know.
We're 7-1. Say what you will. But the last two, we lose 100 out of 100 times the last 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the thing to me. And you've seen what, right? Overtime. What'd you do in overtime? You just handed it to Mark every time. Right? That's like your ability, what he's built in the trenches on the offensive line and the defensive line. Ruben Bain again yesterday with 2 more sacks, pass deflection, tackle for loss.
And for those of you that were upset, that first one, his hand hit the helmet. They have to call a flag on that. I mean, it's just wasn't intentional. It wasn't intentional.
They didn't call the raking of the face.
No, they did not know. Well, no, they did not know. They did not. But yeah.
I will tell you that was the most lenient.
And on that note,
he's gone.
Dies and just goes off on
just
us.
like
All
that.
Right. Yes, beautiful.
Just like that.
We'll see if we get it back. So, all right, we've been talking about the positive stuff, and now the scoop has dropped off. Toast is here by himself, so let's get some negative stuff going.
Oh, here we go.
Let's get a little negative. Here
we go.
Listen, man, you're an 18-point favorite. You go into the half, and you're down 10-3 at home. So, obviously, things were not going well. We have not mentioned it yet. All right, there we go. He's back.
I have and I can see you and hear you, and my it's like my connection just disappears from my box.
All right. Do you want to stop me from going negative here?
No. I was with you on the. I saw all that. Yeah. Go ahead.
I mean, so listen. It was a poor first half. The offense, once again, we're having issues with the offense. We can talk about the play calling, and we got to talk about the quarterback play.
Yeah.
He's still not. Listen, we keep talking about TVD from 2 seasons ago, and that's awesome. But that's not what we're seeing right now. I'm trying to figure out what the issue is. Yeah.
Right. I think our issue is that we saw TVD 2 years ago, the first 4 games of the season.
Right.
I think that's the bigger issue that the fans are having. I don't think they're falling back on that 2 seasons ago. I mean, you can't have a flash 2 seasons ago and still without something in between then and now,
right,
of positivity and anyone still be crazy enough to think that any quarterback or player or whatever from 2 seasons ago is going to continue to be successful if you didn't see it again. Well, we saw it again, and we saw 5 touchdowns against A&M, and we've seen somebody who has been second or first in most ACC categories the entire season. But Tyler didn't look. He doesn't. I don't know if he's unhealthy. That's what I'm unsure of. I don't, and nobody knows this, right? Because Mario won't say anything about anything.
Right.
He just didn't look healthy yesterday, and I may be totally wrong, but to me, it doesn't look like he's sharp. Obviously, now
I think
the
it's
first
his hand.
one. It could be.
Like that first interception to X, dude, was so poor. Like, we don't see him underthrow balls like that.
It was a really poorly thrown ball.
It was like, bro.
Because X was open for a touchdown. So I know that everyone wants to say he forced it to X and he forced it. No, he didn't. Like, X was the only player on that play that could have scored on that particular play. He was open. He got behind the guy, and Tyler underthrew him by 5 yards.
Yeah, you throw it to the outside. It's not even.
No, it's a touchdown. It was the right read, and he scores. But the ball, I don't know. And maybe you're right. Maybe it is the hand. Maybe the hand hasn't been right since
The helmet.
Whatever that was.
Yeah.
Because I don't know. I couldn't tell you.
Listen, the second interception, I mean, it made it easy on the on the defensive area because he was locked in the entire way. He never looked him off, and he just jumped the route. You saw it coming, looked at Tyler's eyes and just jumped it. And that's been a criticism the last few games as well. So I'll be honest, if it's not physical, then there's something mental, like with a confidence issue. And I'm trying to figure out how that would have happened, because it's not as if, he's got a coaching staff that has lost faith in him. So I'm just trying to figure out what is, the most complicated part of athletics, as you know, is the 6 inches right up here in between both ears. I'm wondering, is it that or is it physical? Because this just isn't. And as we're about to head into 3 difficult games on the road, 3 of the last 4 are on the road, at NC State, at FSU, at Boston College, home against Louisville. So 4 tough games. We need our quarterback to be playing at a certain level. And I'm just right now, we're not seeing it.
Yeah. And look, we need TVD to be the TVD that leads the ACC and all those stats, and the one who. Yeah. Look, I'll say this, and I don't know this. This is me being speculative. That's what I was trying to say last week. Speculative scoop.
I know. When I listened back, I'm like, oh, he wanted speculation. That was the one.
That was the one. Speculative scoop. I don't know. I'm just confused. We're not very good offensively against zone.
No.
And Tyler lit up A&M and man. And so I can't quite figure out, is part of it the play calling? Because it looked to me yesterday that, and I had put that tweet out, it looks like the same game plan from Emory last week.
Right.
Like it was tough for me to watch. And then you come out in the second half and you can see he absolutely made some adjustments, changed it up. That first drive, they had thrown some things that they hadn't thrown the entire first half. So when did we talk about the Georgia Tech game? And I came out after the game and I said on the show, I'm like, I don't understand how we cannot beat a cover 2 shell. Like we couldn't do anything against them. And we're starting to see that we have a really difficult time against zone because we haven't seen much man since then.
Bro, other DCs get paid too. And they see what's working against Miami, right. And they're implementing it. Hey, until you can beat this, we're going to run. That's what. Hello,
we don't try to take the top off.
No, and why?
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. I don't know. There's more into this that we simply don't know. So I'm not going to be, just throwing stuff at the wall. I'm just saying we don't look very good against zone. That's the truth.
Mm-hmm. We still don't use our tight ends. It's outside.
We
of
went through another first half of a tight end not touching a ball. I know McCormick got a couple in the second half.
He did, yeah. But still,
Arroyo looked like he got dinged up again.
He did, yeah. He got pulled off the field.
Okay, I don't know if he returned or not. So I don't look. A tight end would be great. It really would. I mean, you say what you will. The middle of the field, they just don't respect it because we have nobody that's really occupying it. And that's tough. I mean, I'd like to see the tight ends. I mean, you look back. I will say this: you look back at Lashley when Tyler really had success. Those 2 tight ends were really involved, right? You had Mallory and you had Brevin, and they were really involved in the offense.
What did they finish? Dude, they had 52 at the half yesterday. SMU.
Yeah, I know.
Rooster had a touchdown. Brinson had a touchdown. What did they finish with?
69.
Was it 69? Wow.
Yeah.
That's going to be fun dealing with that starting next year.
And they kicked a field goal late, too.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, they win all Dolphins. Nice.
No, they actually kicked it.
Oh, they actually kicked it, right?
Yeah,
they
kicked the field goal late. Yeah. They were 66, and they got 69.
Is Henry Parrish okay?
I don't know.
Two carries. AJ carried the majority of the early load, and then Mark Fletcher. Yeah, he had 11, and so did Mark. They each had 11. He averaged 6.1. Mark 4.3. But Henry only had two carries.
Not healthy, and you saw after the first one.
Yeah,
he got up gingerly, and I thought he wasn't going to play. So you had that, and then you tried to run the outs. He tried to get to the outside of the next one, and then that was it. That was curtains for him. So I don't know.
we dodged a bullet. Listen, we were all sitting on the keys of the game. We had to somehow control Malik Washington. Did not. I mean, we kept him out of the end zone. But, bro, 12 catches for 152.
Yeah, I know.
Bro, he's good. He's just really good. He is really good. And Malachi Fields not too shabby as well. He kind of was a bit of a headache on the other side as well.
Yeah, Washington. He's a pain in the ass, that guy, huh?
He is. Like, he's legit just a thorn. Annoying.
What a great play. What a great play by James on that 3rd and 6, 3rd and 7. And they ran that little curl at 3 and 5, and he lit him up.
Listen,
the defense played really well.
They scored the touchdown, bro. Like, remember, one of these touchdowns that the Miami has was defensive touchdowns. So that's how bad. Listen, all right, let's look at the offensive numbers here. Just overall, your total yards outgained 377 to 276. I mean, it was just not a good offense. 4.9 a play, just wasn't a good day offensively.
And we've seen this, which
it was like the Georgia Tech game, like they're stuck in the mud, and it was just like, what the fuck?
This is the stuff I'm confused about, right? So Virginia had the second worst scoring defense in the ACC, right? And they shut us down. Georgia Tech gives up 225 yards on the ground a game. We couldn't run the ball. It's like these. And
they just beat UNC.
And they beat UNC last night. So the ACC is what a shit show. And what did Rose say? What did Rose say? The Atlantic American Cannibalism Conference.
It's FSU and a bunch of bipolar freaks. You never know what you're going to get.
What on earth? UNC is rolling. And then loses last week. And then loses again yesterday to Georgia Tech. Georgia Tech has now beaten Miami and UNC.
Yeah, and they saw the tiebreaker over us.
Right.
Which sucks.
So you want them to beat UNC because you need UNC to have another loss.
Yeah, we do.
But now it gets murky.
Yeah. I mean, listen, it gets murky because you're looking at this offense going to these final 4 games. You're like, how the hell are we even going to get a win? Like, I mean, what are we going to do at Tallahassee? Bro, like Dawson's got to figure something out. I mean, I'm starting to see. Remember when we brought him in and there was chirping from Houston fans like, thank God he is out of here. And we're all like, whatever, bro. Like, we just had the worst offense of all time. We'll take anyone you got. First 4 games, we're loving it. Let's end this fucker right now. Oh my God, we love Shannon Dawson. And now 3 games later, once the ACC starts, and this is certainly turned about 180 degrees. And it's not nearly the offense that we saw. And now it's like, bro, what do we got for the last 4 games? How are we going to score 30 a game and give ourselves a chance to win these? Or is it all about defense?
Yeah, I mean, look, our defense is really
fucking
playing
awesome.
well, but I also don't think that this is the ACC. Call it what you will, but look, everybody can score in college football. We say this all the time, right? If you don't score 30, man, you're a liability, right? Then now you're putting your team in an inopportune position because it's tough to keep people under 30. And you're going to play Louisville, and you're going to play FSU. NC State, I don't know, they beat Clemson. Clemson clearly sucks.
Yeah.
Nice to win over the name, but the team is garbage.
Yes.
So, that out we got hammered last week because we didn't, we weren't jumping and screaming and hooting and hollering about how we beat Clemson, and it's just not very good.
Here's the worst part about it. You know who's in 3rd place in the conference right now? Who's 3-1 in the conference? Fucking Vatek.
Yeah, I saw that. I did see that.
It's Florida State, Louisville, Vatek, and then Georgia Tech. That's your top 4 right now.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
And Georgia Tech's 4-4 overall.
Yes, they're 4 overall. Yeah.
Yeah. And that's funny.
That's just ridiculous. It's just ridiculous. Syracuse 0-4 in the conference. I mean, yeah. Ay.
So look, we've won 2 in a row in overtime.
Ooh, we're bowl eligible. All right. We got, as I tweeted out yesterday, we're 6-2. We still have a chance to go 10-2 and make some serious noise and ruin a rival season in a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
It's all still on the table for us. Let's just figure out the offense and we can have a shot at this. Now let me ask you a question, Scoop.
Yeah.
Because I put this out, and I'm sure you weren't happy about it. But I put out the poll who should start a quarterback at NC State.
Oh,
we had about 1,500 responses.
Yeah.
No, yeah. So it was 50% basically for Emory, 25 for Tyler, 11% of Jakari's family voted apparently, and then the Wildcat got some love as well.
I bet the Wildcat did get some love.
It was third place. It was in third place. Just run the Wildcat all day long. So I mean, listen, bro. I was kind of in jest, but I wanted to get the temperature of the fan base. I don't think you start. Listen, first of all, Tyler has played better on the road. That's the first thing. You hope another week he's a little bit healthier. And I just think that would be, I mean, listen, he's not playing well, but I still think he's our best shot to win. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if I believe that Emory's our best shot to win. You know what I'm saying?
I 100% know that. Yeah. I mean, look, if it's hard because if you came out last week with Emory when Tyler was hurt, and you showed me a game plan that instilled confidence that Emory could be your guy right now, then maybe there's discussion of, okay, but clearly that's not, I mean, it's not, that isn't reality is the situation, because you didn't come out with a game plan with the confidence behind Emory last week. So it shows me, maybe I'm wrong, but it shows me that the coaches believe what you just said, that Tyler is your best chance to win. And if based on past performance, not yesterday, maybe not the Georgia Tech game, right? But based on past performance of what you've seen, and certainly from the first 4 games of this year, which was to validate, think of your word, validate 2 years ago, that clearly Tyler has the ability to get it done. I don't know. Is he unhealthy? I don't know. Again, I don't know. I've seen it before from him. You haven't seen it from Emory. So I do believe that is 100% the route you go. You don't, that's not even a discussion for me.
Yeah. I mean, I guess my question would be, how I think you go with TVD at NC State. I guess my question is, do you now start talking about length of a leash? And if he has a poor first half and throws a pick and you're down, I mean, but then you're in a situation where if you ever made that move, now you've made that move. And you really, I don't think you can go back. Maybe Mario couldn't say,
well, they did that last
DVD
year
against
though.
FSU. Exactly. They did do it. So, yeah.
They did it last year where they sat Tyler.
Yep.
And they put in Jake.
Yep.
And Jake immediately went up top on the go route.
Right. And the crowd was like, oh, yes.
And then proceeded to throw 12 interceptions and that's 14 passes, whatever it was. I mean, so that to me is a leash. I don't know, man. We're not behind the scenes on this stuff. I don't know if that's talked about, discussed, whatever the situation is. But I know a lot of people clamoring yesterday. Okay, you got to put an Emory. It's a little late, right? You're trying to win this game, right? So now you're going to put a freshman in to try to steal a win. That just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
So that's the part. You got to be, if you're going to do it. If the coaches think, oh, this is a good idea, you don't do it in the middle of the fourth quarter. Right. No.
Right. You would start the second half like that. Like it would have been, we've only got 3 points in the first half. Like we're going to make a switch. That would be,
But they don't. They don't, dude. No. So that tells me all I need to know.
From the coach's standpoint, they believe he's our best shot. Yeah.
I've seen plenty of quarterbacks get yanked or not start or whatever the situation is. So They know better than we do. That's the reality.
Quickly wanted to throw down James Williams, 13 tackles yesterday.
Yeah, he's
Ruben Bain, 2 sacks, 7 tackles. Cam Kinchins, pick 6, 9 tackles. Nice. Corey Flagg, 10 tackles, 1 for loss. Dude, these guys are just Malagoa. Like this defense is just humming.
Yeah, look, the defense is played lights out. The defensive line,
the front 7, bro. Oh, stop.
The defense is has kept you in it, right? And will they continue to? Can they continue to?
Well, and that's a good thing because generally defense does go on the road well, and we're going to need them at NC State and certainly FSU. They're going to have great games, some turnovers if we're going to pull out victories there. So, yeah. But I like what I'm seeing.
A menace, dude.
Who?
Keon Coleman.
Yes, he is ridiculous. He did a one-handed catch yesterday.
He did 2 of them.
He's insane. He's insane.
Who's covering this guy?
Yeah, nobody is. He's like,
I will tell you, the most underrated player on that team. And if I'd have started the sentence off by saying his name, I would know it. But now I can't remember his name.
The running back?
I do know his number. Number 6. He's their tight end on the stat sheet. That dude's pretty special. And I can't think of his name, but he's like a Swiss Army knife kind of guy, but at an elite level. He really, I think, makes that offense click.
Keziah Holmes, Rodney Hill.
No.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. There was a Rod. You want passing. I'm sorry. Jaheim Bell?
Yes.
Jaheim Bell, 4 catches for 51.
Jaheim Bell is really, honestly, because you have to account for he's
6.
a running back.
Yeah.
/ tight end. I'm kidding you not.
6'3", 239.
That kid is legit. Like he will eat you up if you don't account for him. And I don't like him.
Whatever.
I don't like him. I'm just telling you, I don't like it. The more I watch that offense, the more I don't like them at all.
I got you. Listen, they're at Pitt, then us. Who the hell's UNA? Who the hell is North Alabama?
They played North Alabama late.
They played North Alabama in between us and Florida. Really?
Wow.
Get out of here.
Hey, that's
North
smart scheduling.
Alabama.
Smart scheduling.
That AD made his money on that one.
That is elite Nick Saban-esque scheduling right there.
That right there is totally opposite of what the AD did it for UF next year.
100%. 100%. Yeah,
that was
100%.
a smart guy or girl.
Oh my! All right. So listen, man, we're 6-2.
Hey, you don't like my tongue in cheek? Nobody understands tongue in cheek anymore. You can't be. I tweeted out that we're non-fumble away from being 7-1, and everyone's like, it's a kneel. He didn't kneel. You have any idea how fucking tired I am of hearing about the kneel down? I had to go another direction.
I know you had to, and I had to say, fuck that. No, it lays on the head coach.
I had to go another direction because I couldn't be. Listen, I just couldn't engage in that, and everyone just wants to talk about it.
I know. Listen, my whole thing with that game is, yes, TBD had 3 interceptions. The team played like shit, but these are college kids. They're going to have bad games sometimes. They battled back, took the lead,
won the game.
Had the game won with 30 seconds, and their coaching staff dropped the ball on them. That's how 100%. I will always view it. So, not on them. They battled back, so I'm not going to blame. It happens sometimes. But yeah, we got some stuff we got to clean up, Scoop. But we'll do. We'll have Roe back this week. We'll preview at NC State. This is going to be a tough game, man.
I don't like any of the next 4.
No, I don't either, because I can see us going 0-4. I can also see us going 4-0.
No, I can't. No, you can't. No, you can't. I can.
You're not in my head.
You can. I can see 0-4, and it scares the daylights out of me.
Yeah, because then you're 6-6 with 0 momentum. And we're in the Pop-Tart
at
Bowl.
NC State, at Florida State. Then you got to take on Louisville, and then you got to go to Boston College.
Yeah,
Boston College, who beat Georgia Tech last week. That's why this conference.
They're 5-3, bro.
This conference makes 0 sense.
Yeah,
they beat Georgia Tech last week. Put up 38 on them.
Yeah, but then they could only put up 21 on UConn, and almost lost that game.
Right, like what a.
I said it's a bipolar conference. It's FSU and a bunch of just mentally unstable rest of teams. You don't know who they are.
It's crazy to me.
This whole conference needs to be admitted to an asylum.
The importance of a win is a win in this conference.
Yes.
Because you could easily lose any of these.
Mm-hmm.
So, Sure, we'd like to dominate them. We'd like stuff cleaned up, of course. But a W is a W. Anytime you play an ACC game, especially when it's close.
Just so you know, Scoop, the good news is that my that last game of the season at BC is going to be at noon.
Oh, well,
so no chance it's a prime time where it will be even colder.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Maybe the sun will be out.
Exactly.
40,
so
42.
hopefully. Yep. All right. Anything else you want to hit on? Oh, hold on. Jenners. I believe Jenners has some audio for us. So Jenners, talk to us about what happened with snowballs.
I just thought this was funny. So during the Colorado State Air Force game, Air Force ends up coming back and winning this game, but Colorado State got a 15-yard penalty because their fans were throwing snowballs during the game.
For the play, unsportsmanlike conduct on the Colorado State bench. Will the audience please refrain from throwing snowballs?
Oh, Jesus.
Will continue to cost Colorado State.
Tell me that when he said that, snowballs just showered down on
rained
him.
from the heavens.
Please.
100%.
Thank God. Thank God. Listen, as someone that was in radio for a long time, the last thing you ever want to get on stage and say to a crowd of people is something. Don't throw these, because then they're going to throw all of them.
Yeah.
Like, don't do this, because then they're going to do it. Yeah. Oh, that's hilarious.
My God.
Just so good.
You see, the
rest of the country is frozen except for us.
I was like, what, is snowing? What do you mean?
Yeah.
I mean, it's been the depths of hell with heat, and now all of a sudden it's snowing.
Mm-hmm.
And what about I saw the Cal game got delayed because there's protesters at the 50-yard line.
What were they protesting?
I don't know.
Going to the ACC?
Why couldn't they get them out?
I don't know.
Like, how do you have a bunch of people just sit down on midfield and then you not be able to get rid of them?
It's a Cal game. You probably don't have a whole lot of security. I mean, does anyone even go to the game?
They were
Where else?
They were protesting for the reinstatement of a UC Berkeley professor.
Oh, gosh.
Where else does a protest happen in college football aside from Cal Berkeley?
California. That's it.
Just anywhere in California.
Yeah. Maybe California. Like a Harvard game, Harvard Yale.
But Cal Berkeley is the top
yes,
of the list, right?
Absolutely it is. 100%. Yes.
Like if I gave you a blank slate and I said, give me a school, that would be the school.
That would be number one. That would absolutely be number one.
Okay. I'm with you there.
Yes. 100%.
So funny.
Hey, listen, we welcome them to the ACC next year along with SMU. So that'll be good. Right.
It's them?
It's Cal and Stanford. Yeah, and Stanford almost knocked off Washington.
Yeah,
they had a 4th and 3. The wide receiver dropped it. It will be a nightmare for him for the rest of his life. I feel bad for him. Like, he'll be reliving that moment for the rest of his life.
Yeah, that's what people don't understand sometimes. Like, that type of shit literally lives with you forever.
Yeah, he'll never forget that.
And it's tough.
Yeah,
it's tough. Yeah, he'll never forget
that.
There was a kid
catch that.
There was a kid in some other game that I just saw that had a chance to win it tie it.
Mm-hmm.
Dropped, hit him. It went through his hands, hit off the helmet and up into the stands, basically.
Jesus. Yeah.
No time left. Fresno State, whoever they were playing. Never forget it.
Nope. Never. It is rough. All right.
And your friends never let you live it down if you have any friends left.
Every reunion for that team for the next, whatever, they'll always bring it up. I remember when Bill didn't hit we could have won the game.
He can't even go.
No, he can't even show up.
He can't even show up to this.
Can't even show up. There's Butterfingers Bill. Mm-hmm. All right, so that's the show, man. That's a recap. I hope you all enjoy your NFL today. The Dolphins. Who the Dolphins got today?
Patriots.
Oh, gotta bounce back with a win there. All right, very good. All right, so we'll be back at it. New episode will drop on Thursday. Ro will be back with us as always. Go Canes!
Help!
Bang.
Nice.
Bange.